gentlemen, today is a day of celebration. Today is a day to reflect on the formidable uphill climb to reach the advantageous result of struggling yet prevailing. From the moments of the first time my rubber made contact to the pavement, to the countless hours spent in qualifying sessions in an effort to gain just that extra tenth. The progress I've made in this first year of sim racing is a year I will not forget. And with my first year of sim racing reaching its end, with 2 months left until I will have been a sim racer for a full year, I had just one goal, one vision. Gentlemen, that goal is now achieved. Gentlemen, as of today, I am a ranked. Okay, that was pretty obnoxious. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to take in that I'm an A-class driver. It feels great, but it hasn't fully sank in yet because it just feels unreal. But I'm going to show you guys the final 2 races that I had as a B-class driver, starting with this one. This is the second to last, or the penultimate race I had as a B-class driver. So starting off, we are at the famous Le Mans track. This is Daily Race A, and we're in the Mitsubishi GTO. Now, since this was a grid start and not a rolling start, we are more jam-packed together, which is going to turn into a hazard when we're coming up here, approaching a wide chicane. After this turn here, everyone has different braking points, and so they're braking all over the place. We have a little bit of contact already. P2 is going to go wide. I'm cutting that apex nice, but I still don't get a penalty. Now 2 people are going to get a penalty. We see P1 picked up a penalty, and P3 has picked up a penalty. The track limits are very strictly enforced in Daily Race A, so that's going to work in my favor, as I did not pick up a penalty. And leading up into this massive straightaway that we're approaching up here, they have where you serve those penalties in the middle of that huge straightaway. P5 has also picked up a penalty behind me. This is turning into penalty city, guys. Lots of penalties everywhere. And P3 is going to have an increase on his penalty, making it 1.5 seconds. And so I'm seeing that this is a very good sign, because leading up into this straightaway, I'm going to have 2 easy overtakes and hopefully make me in a battle for the leader. And what you want to do here is you want to pick up a very good slipstream. Now, the people in front of me are more closely tight together, and so they're picking up a bigger slipstream boost than me. As of right now, I'm just picking up a little bit of a boost, but not as much as them. Now, that's not to worry too much, because the slipstream on this straightaway is just huge. You're traveling at such a fast speed that you're not going to pick up much wind when the cars in front of you are still way up there. So it looks like they're going to serve their penalties pretty soon up here, as we are approaching the penalty serve zone right here. And so that's going to give me 2 easy overtakes. Now, I was hoping to get in a battle for the lead, and it looks like right there I did take the lead. Now, this is not really the most ideal place to be in the lead, because at the end of this straightaway, well, for 2 reasons actually. I mean, one, you don't have any slipstream advantage now, as all the wind is hitting the front of your car. But what's even a bigger concern is that leading up into the end of the straightaway, when you have a heavy braking zone, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I brake on time here, but everyone in this daily race this whole week has had a habit of braking way too late. So I want you to watch the top right of the screen here, and you even saw P2 go off the track there. P4 looks like he went off the track. Now watch the top right. You're going to see just how many people are also going off the track, as you're seeing dust getting kicked up everywhere, people resetting back on the track, even more penalties being picked up behind me. And so I'm still in the lead. Now this straightaway that we're on here is not as massive as the straightaway we just left. But however, I still don't have a slipstream in front of me. Now the people behind me, they are catching up on a slipstream. And so when we're leading up into the Indianapolis corner, which is coming up soon here, what I need to worry about is that, are they going to ram me off? And I hate to say it, that's a concern, but it is something you have to worry about, and it has happened a lot of times this week with me. And it looks like I'm in the clear, entering into the Indianapolis corner here. And again, watch the top right of the screen. We're going to see more people going off the track. It seems like people just don't have it under control on how to brake with this Mitsubishi GTO. You even could see a little bit of a glimpse of right there when I brake, is that it doesn't brake very well in the high gears. But once you get into the lower gears, especially first gear, it just kind of jolts and suddenly brakes really hard. So P2 had to serve a penalty there, making him bump down to 3rd place. I have a very big gap opening up between me and 2nd place now, and so I'm basically just hoping I can pull this together and just keep the consistency up until the very end of this race, because it's looking good for me now. No one's really going to catch up on a slipstream. I don't have to worry about close battles. I have the whole track to myself. And so the key here is to have patience. You really want to apply the right amount of throttle at the right time in these curves leading up to the end of the lap. And the fact that this is a 1-lap race is, you know, pretty bizarre. I said in my other video, it kind of turns it into, instead of the 24-hour Le Mans, this is now the 5-minute Le Mans. And so it's very easy to cut the track here. You have to just kind of be delayed on your throttle on that exit because of how much body roll this car has. A lot of weight's going to lean to the right side, and it's going to carry you with a lot of momentum off the track if you're not careful. Body roll can be a tricky thing to handle, and that's probably why a lot of people are complaining about this car. But if you practice, you can easily know how to control and tame that beast of how much body roll there is. And so leading up into the finish line here, I am absolutely in the clear, don't have to worry at all, and it's going to have me conclude this race with a very happy ending and give me my 47th victory. Overall, that was a very fun race. There was some good action in it, and I gotta admit there was some points where there was elements of luck that were working in my favor. Now, that's racing for you. There's been videos that I've uploaded in the past where the elements have worked against my favor, and now you're seeing that sometimes they can actually work in my favor. Given the fact that there were some A-class drivers in this lobby, this is going to help my driver rating tremendously as I'm inching my way closer and closer to myself actually achieving the rank of A-class, which I established as a goal in a different video to achieve in the next 6 weeks. And I'm going to show you how I achieve that goal in the next race, right after this race. So as you can see, this was my 47th victory. Captain Falcon there is very happy about that. Okay everyone, this is it. This is the race. The race that made me rank up to A-class driver. This was my last time as a B-class driver, and hopefully my last time ever. It's going to be very difficult for me to maintain the A rank, but that's a topic for a different video. Let's get straight to the race. So, you could notice I started off in 8th place, so it wasn't really looking good for me when I saw that. However, I had no idea how this race was actually going to turn out. So right off the bat, P6 is not going to have a good launch, and so I can just take that position right from him as I'm having a much better launch than him. Keep in mind also, there are 2 people in this lobby that belong to the racing team Blackhawk Racing, or BHR. So I'm in a little bit of a sandwich there, going 3 wide leading up to here. I know that P5 is going to break a little bit early, so there's a little bit of contact there. He still is going too slow, so I make 3 bits of contact with him. We're exiting that wide chicane, and I have somehow survived in the middle of that sandwich there. I thought things were going to go south real quick, but I somehow survived, and I was able to already gain 2 positions at just the start of the race, working my way up from P8 already now to P6. Gaining off of this exit here, I had a much better exit than P5, and so I'm gaining and I'm gaining. I'm looking for the right opportunity to overtake, and on the actual turn I managed to overtake him as I had a little bit of a shorter distance to travel, and now we're leading on to this massive straight. Now things here can get very static as there's not going to be very much movement, and this really depends on just who has the best slipstream going. Now, almost like the last race, I am way back here where the rest of them are tightly packed together up there. Both of these races I've just been in not really the best position to be in, where you really want to hope to be in a place where you're just riding off a very powerful slipstream right behind the bumper of somebody in front of you. And I want to just take a moment to point out right now that P4 directly ahead of me is an A-class driver, and he's one of the 2 members in here of BHR. The 2 positions in front, P1 and P2, are both A-plus class drivers. So this is a very, very stiff competition I'm up against here, and this is a very stacked lobby. I'm already very blown away at the fact that I was able to even gain 3 positions just about halfway through this race. And so my goal as of this point is just to try to come in the top 5. That's really all I was trying to do. So we're coming near the end of this massive straight here. Now again, things can get very chaotic, so you have to hope that you're not going to be part of the chaos. Now, people braked a little bit too late and a little bit too early. The braking's all over the place, a lot of contact there, but I somehow managed to survive. And since the people were going a little bit too slow through there, I managed to just sweep right past them, and I had 2 overtakes right there, and I was able to make my way up to P3. Now, the only 2 people in front of me now are both the A+ class drivers, so things are getting real now, and I'm realizing I have a shot to win this because they are both half a second in front of me, and I'm picking up on a bigger slipstream than they are, and so I can very well win this. And so now I'm starting to believe in myself at this point. Leading up into the Indianapolis corner up here, what's going to happen? Well, a little bit more chaos. I accidentally made contact to Joe Rader there. A little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing major, didn't ram him off or anything, still on the track, and I managed to take the lead. And at this point, I'm just trying to not let my emotions get the better of me, because if I'm celebrating in my head, it's going to distract me from the race. At this point, I'm just trying to stay focused, as this is to take this race home and to win this, it's going to be very demanding, and it's going to require me to be at my absolute best. And I knew going into this, and knowing that I'm in the lead right now, coming from 8th place, this is going to be my chance and my one shot at actually ranking up into the A class. So I'm trying to not feel so much pressure to the point where it'll make me mess up. But coming up over here, I am going to feel pressure. I'm going to go on the throttle just a little bit too early, and I'm going to go a tad bit wide there, and I'm going to have to readjust. So now P2 is going to catch right up on my tail, and he's going to overtake me, and unfortunately I'm going to pick up a penalty. So I'm getting very worried here. I'm sweating down my face, thinking, oh no, I had it right in the bag for me. I could have taken this home, but now it's not looking good at all. P1's going to slide just a little bit there, but he had still a little bit of a better exit than me. P3 is not too far behind me, so I'm worried that when I serve this penalty right up here, that P3 is going to overtake me. So the penalty zone is right there. Now I have to serve it. I slow down. Is P3 going to be able to overtake me? Well, he's right on my tail, but P1 is going to have a major mess up there, and he's going to slide out of control, go off the track, and I'm somehow still in the lead. And I can't believe that I just pulled this off, coming from 8th place with such a stacked lobby, crossing the line, giving me my 48th victory, and now I can breathe, and now I can relax. What an action-packed race, guys. That race was so incredible. It's an understatement to say that that was such a magnificent way to end my time in the B ranks and to start off a new chapter in the A ranks. If you're new to the channel, guys, please make sure to click subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please click like. And that's all for today's video. Race fast, race clean, and I will see you all in the next video.